everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank you folks for liking, watching, and sharing my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Boy, oh boy, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show right here on this channel. We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be talking about free agency. We'll be having the discussion. I take live callers. Call in. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets free agency moves. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got some moves that the New York Jets have made. We also know that they made a trade for Morgan Moses. We're going to be discussing that. So, sit down and comment down below about what you think about some of the moves. Now, again, there's things moving and shaking. Some guys could be getting signed while I'm making this video. It could be announced. There'll be, videos coming up for that. And again, we'll be live Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, talking about all things Jets. So I want to start off with, how things were moving and shaking as we entered the legal tampering period and what was happening then, right? For me, as I was sitting back watching. So we know that the New York Jets signed Isaiah Oliver, cornerback, to a one-year deal. This is a guy that's kind of a depth corner. I like the move. He's solid. He's familiar with the scheme. He was at Allbricks in Atlanta, so he knows what to do. He's going to be able to come in here and, again, be a solid depth piece there at corner. Thumbs up, no problem with that. Then we're sitting back and, hey, Chuck Clark comes across the screen. Listen, he's coming back for a one-year deal. I like this move as well, okay? Chuck Clark, solid safety. He can play free. He can play strong. He can do what it does back there. But we know last season, tore his ACL and OTAs. It sucked, but now he's back. He's going to be ready to go, so I'm excited to have him back here. I was hoping that we would be able to get Poyer. He ends up going to the Dolphins. We'll see what happens there at safety. We know that Whitehead is with the Bucs now. He went back to them, so that dream is over. And there's question marks about Ashton Davis as well if he's going to be brought back. We still need to address this safety position, though. We need at least one more safety to be brought into the building. We'll see what happens. Again, there's big question marks around Ashton Davis. Now, then we go and we sign Greg Zuerlein. Okay, I'm hyped, all right? This is one of the guys I identified. I said, listen, get our kicker position sealed up. Greg Zuerlein is in the building. It's said and it's done. 2 years, $8.4 million, okay? $4.2 million guaranteed. Well worth it. There's no words, okay, needed for Greg Zuerlein. Greg the Leg has saved us at times this season. The game against the Commanders, we lose unless he goes out there and handles business the way he did and basically kicked the game-winning field goal for us. So, and he kicked amazing this season. So that was a great re-sign by Joe Douglas, okay? Then Joe Douglas, continued on. We went and got Leke Fotu. Here's a defensive tackle, $2.5 million deal. Now, this is a guy that really can be a run stuffer for us, okay? And he's massive, man. 6'5", 334. Man, he's a big guy. He's going to kind of fill that role that Al Woods kind of had on this defense, right? And I was always wondering what was going to happen with Al Woods if they would bring him back. We know that he had a big injury last season as well, ended up on IR. But here, we got Fotu in the building, so here's a good depth piece along that defensive line to add, next to Quinnen Williams. They also went and got Javon Kinlaw as well, gave him a one-year deal, $7.25 million. Here's a guy that was in San Francisco. They drafted him. Kind of didn't work out there, but he can come in here and be a backup defensive tackle for us. Again, great in the rotation, gives us some depth. Okay, cool, right? At this point, I'm like, all right, there's some things moving and shaking. But then I started to get a little worried. I'm a very patient guy, as y'all know. I'm a big supporter of Joe Douglas. But I'm starting to watch guys from the offensive line, right? just fly away. They're going to different teams or they're staying with their teams, right? I'm looking around. Robert Hunt got a 5-year deal for $100 million. Wanted nothing to do with that type of money being given away. Okay, cool. He's gone. All right, that's fine. But then I'm watching guys like Dotson, fly away. Ezra Cleveland, he flies away. Glasgow, he's flying away. They're gone. Okay? And then the one guy that I wanted, that I coveted, and I talked about ad nauseum here, Micah Winu. Micah Winu goes back to the Patriots. 3-year deal, $57 million, $19 million per. And that hit me and hurt me a little bit because I believe that the New York Jets could have matched that. I think they could have, okay? But Joe Douglas decided not to. As a matter of fact, his agent came out and said that the Jets didn't even contact him. And it was shocking to me because he is a prototypical Joe Douglas offensive lineman. Here's a guy that really flashed at tackle, but again, he could be moved along the offensive line. He has a lot of versatility. I don't understand how we're in a mode where we need offensive line help and we don't contact that guy. I didn't get it, okay? Especially for the money that he got, especially when we let Bryce Huff walk out the door for free. We didn't give him we didn't tag Bryce Huff. He walked completely out the door and went to Philadelphia and is getting paid $17 million a season. That was also another one where I was like, "Come on, Joe Douglas, you could have matched that." We let an elite pass rusher. If you look at all the metrics, he measures out as an elite pass rusher. We let him walk out the door and got nothing back. So you let him walk out the door, and then it's kind of your penny pinching in certain spots. So I started to get worried. Okay, Michael Winu's off the board. All these guys are off the board. And then, it was announced that we signed John Simpson. John Simpson, he was on the Ravens. We gave him a 2-year deal, $18 million. He comes in. He's a left guard. He's 26 years old. He's cheap. Here's the thing with John Simpson. He brings something to the run game. He can definitely, his run pro is he can get after it. His pass pro, not so much. He's also a walking penalty. He had 11 penalties last season. So you got to worry a little bit about that. Of course, he's durable. He's out there. But I'm not as sold on John Simpson as a lot of other Jets fans are. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. He's going to be here at left guard doing his thing. All right. So as the day continued on, I wasn't necessarily happy with the Simpson signing. Then we got Tyrod Taylor, right? Tyrod Taylor, 2-year deal, backup quarterback coming in for us. We knew that they talked about addressing the backup quarterback position, and you got it. Tyrod Taylor was on my list, okay, of guys that, hey, I want to see become a backup quarterback for the New York Jets. It was like Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor. I'm good. I love Tyrod. He's been a veteran. Not only that, but he can move, so that really adds some element to your offense as well because he can utilize his feet. I'm good with him. Okay, good with him. But I'm still, a bit worried about the offensive line at this point. Okay, I'm saying, all right, John Simpson, okay, cool. We'll see what happens with him. What else can we do? We have big holes here at tackle. What are we going to do? And then, bam, it happens. The New York Jets make a trade with the Baltimore Ravens to grab Morgan Moses. And I was like, wow, okay, all right. In this trade, the Ravens get Jets' 4th-round pick number 112. They also get a 6th-rounder from the New York Jets, which would be pick 218. And the Jets get a 4th-rounder from the Ravens. So they pretty much kind of swapped 4th-rounders there. But the 4th-rounder they got, the 4th-rounder the Jets got, was pick 134. And we got Morgan Moses. So, we swap for 4th-rounders and we get Morgan Moses. Okay, this is a solid move by Joe Douglas. Solid move. For those of you that may not know, Morgan Moses was here with the Jets at one point, okay? He was here recently. And actually, it was one of the things that Joe Douglas, I remember this, Morgan Moses walked out the door and was able to strike a deal with another team. And literally, Joe Douglas let him walk out because it was just a an argument over $2 million. If Joe Douglas would have just gave him $2 million more, Morgan Moses would have stayed a Jet. And he was a guy that was actually really solid for us. And I remember at that time being like, come on, Joe Douglas. Like, you got to get those deals done. And Morgan Moses walked out the door and went elsewhere. And, from everything that we hear, that's always been a regret for Joe Douglas allowing Morgan Moses to get out of the building and go elsewhere because his services were really good here. Well, here he is and he's back, right? Now, of course, he's going to be our starter. He's going to be on that right side. Now, he's 33, okay? And he's cheap as well now. $5.5 million. That's the only thing that it costed us. And he's on the last year of his deal. That's a big thing too. Okay, so we're gonna see how the New York Jets handle the situation. Now, the signing of Morgan Moses for a lot of people, I think, opens up a lot of doors and opportunities for the New York Jets within the draft. They could trade back now. They could do a lot of different things for me. Okay, for me as of right now, the New York Jets, to me in my mind, still need to take a tackle at 10. Okay, you could trade back, but you're still gonna take a tackle. Again, Morgan Moses, solid offensive lineman. I'm excited for him. But he's 33. He's not going to be here for the long haul. And again, there's still questions. Now, that left spot is still open at this point. Maybe they're signing somebody as I'm talking to you. I don't know. But at this point, that left spot is still open, so we'll see who's there. But again, at 10, Olu Fasanu could be there. That guy could be plugged in at left tackle. You got Fuaga. We'll see what happens with him. Maybe they still take him, sit him behind Morgan Moses because Fuaga is more of a right tackle to this point from what everybody that I've spoken to. So we'll see what happens, right? But yeah, I really like this trade for Morgan Moses. I think he's a solid guy that's going to be able to come in here and be able to hold the fort on the right side, okay? And we also re-signed Thomas Morstead. All right? Yes. Thomas Morstead, great punter, okay? We gave him a 2-year deal worth $5 million, okay? Thomas Morstead was phenomenal for us this season. Phenomenal. His punting really, really helped our defense. Really did. He was pinning people back constantly, okay? I mean, he was putting opposing offenses on their 1-yard line, within their own 5-yard line, within their own 10-yard line. It was crazy. Time and time again, his punting really, really changed the outlook of a lot of games for us. So I'm excited to have him back. So overall, there was some moves that I liked that Joe Douglas made, and there were some things that I wish that he would have done. But, free agency is still playing out, and we'll see what happens as he continues on. But, yeah. Again, I really like that Morgan Moses move. I really like that. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. What is your favorite move of free agency so far for the New York Jets? What are your thoughts about the Morgan Moses trade? Also, what are your thoughts about some of the other free agents we were able to bring into the building? What are your thoughts about Morstead getting re-signed? Greg Zuerlein getting re-signed? Are you excited to see those guys get back into this building and continue to make an impact with the New York Jets? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.